Welcome back to Philly Live. When we think of survivors, we often think to ourselves, wow, what an inspiring story. Well, you're about to meet a Bucks County woman who survived a devastating fire at just 4 years old. And it's the life lessons she learned from that experience that tell an incredible story of resilience, courage, and survival. Take a look.
I didn't have a lip, a chin, a neck. My arms were fused to my body. And I'm a burn survivor.
Dr. Lise Deguire holds many titles. She's an author, clinical psychologist, and keynote speaker. But it's her trauma as a burn survivor that acts as the protagonist in her debut book, Flashback Girl.
My hope is that this book reaches everybody who is suffering and gives them a sense of like, look, if I can make it through all this, you can make it through all this.
The year was 1967. Dr. Deguire was just 4 years old, vacationing with her family in New Hampshire. Her mother began lighting the grill for a family barbecue with what she thought was lighter fluid.
And at that point, a tiny little flame shot up in this can, exploded all over me and my mom. And my mother, God rest her soul, took one look at this situation and dashed through that fire down in the lake, and she left me in it.
But the fire and its aftermath are just the beginning of her riveting story.
So that I kind of had two lives going on, right? When I was in the hospital, I was there having surgery after surgery, something like 60 of them all told. And when I was home, I was trying to be a normal kid and have a normal life, but I was seriously very disfigured at the time. And kids were mean.
She dealt with the internal and external battle with little emotional support from her parents. And things only seemed to get worse when her brother committed suicide when she was just 14 years old.
And Anya, that was the hardest thing that ever happened to me. You might think it was the fire, but it was my brother's death, because he was like a father to me.
Now a wife and mother of two, she's using her story and career to help turn pain into passion and trauma into life lessons.
I must say, one of my favorite lessons from the book was actually lesson 4, when you talk about friendship. But I'm curious to know, what is your favorite lesson from the book?
I think that my favorite lesson in the book is also about friendship, and it comes at the end, and at the very end, and it says, choose your friends wisely, and cherish them. They may turn out to be the best family you ever had.
And if you look closely, you'll see the stem of the flower on her book cover is actually a matchstick to symbolize the beauty that came out of her trauma. And Dr. Lise Deguire is hosting a virtual Q&A this Saturday, October 18th, for her book. We've got more details about that and the book Flashback Girl, Lessons on Resilience from a Burn Survivor in the Philly Live section of NBC10.com or the NBC10 app. All right, it is almost